Hi there, this is Mark from Tack, where it's all about coaching you to plot your course, achieve your goals, and make it matter. This is week number 2 of a 7-week series covering Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. As I mentioned last week, and again these videos will be coming out every Tuesday, the focus is to give you a short snippet, an introduction, encourage you to read the entire book, which is really well done and has been so influential in my life. But what I want to do is give you these short little vlogs to encourage you and inspire you to move forward and to apply some of the things that Stephen Covey talks about in his books. So last week, as a review, we talked about habit number 1, which was being proactive. And my question to you is, were you proactive? Were you proactive in your business? Were you proactive in your personal life? And if you weren't, how can you be proactive this week? Habit number 2 is what we're going to talk about today. And that habit is begin with the end in mind. It's a morbid thought, but it's a thought that all of us must process at some point in time. That fact is, we all must die. And like the old saying goes, there's 2 certain things in life, death and taxes. But death, as Steve Jobs talked about, is something that should be embraced and should be remembered so that we can focus. But the quote that Steve Jobs talks about that I really think is really well put is, remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've encountered to make big decisions. So what he talks about is, hey, I realize that I'm not going to be living forever, so that I need to make decisions today to reflect the type of life that I want to live. And in the book, Stephen Covey talks about, when you think about your funeral, think about what people want to say. What is it that people want to say about you, or what is it that you want people to say about you? So for me, I think about these 5 things, and they're probably different for you, but they work for me. And those are, number 1, I want people to remember me as a person with a deep and trusting faith. 2, I want people to remember that I love my wife Jen, and that I was an outstanding husband. 3, that I love my kids, my 3 kids right now, and I taught them well. Number 4, that I was a successful professional who was the same at work as at home. 5, that I live with passion, purpose, and intentionality. One of the things that Stephen Covey talks about in this book is to think about what you want people to say and begin living your life towards what it is that you want people to say at your funeral. Again, it's a morbid thought, but it's one that we should think about actively and put in our mindset so that we can begin living the daily life that we want to begin and have as we move forward. One of the other things that Stephen Covey talks about that I think is really well stated is that we really need a vision or destination, less so of a specific roadmap. As we know, the road of life will take you in many different directions. But if you've got a vision or destination of where you want to go, things will get woven in and woven into where it is that you need to go to achieve that vision. So this week, think about what is important to you and clarify some of those things. Clarify what it is that is important to you. Clarify what you want people to say for you at your funeral. So my challenge to you is to think about your death and your funeral. And as Stephen Covey talks about, think about what you want people to say and how they want to be said about you. So go this week to think about the end, to begin with the end in mind, which is habit number 2, so that you can begin living the life that you want to lead and the business that you want to drive today. So in closing, it's all about coaching you to achieve your goals, make it matter, and plot your course.